Hello, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Team Strive call. It is August 1st. Holy crap. I cannot believe it's that far in the year already. Like, seriously, it's just flown by. It seemed like it was just Easter. And now it's August. And Summit is over, and everybody's already on their way to next year. So, lots of exciting stuff. If you haven't committed to going yet, I highly recommend you look into it. Tickets, I think today is the last day to purchase the reduced price tickets, and then they go up by like $150. So the price jumps a lot after today. So if it's something that you feel in your heart you want to do, I highly recommend it. Summit is an incredibly amazing experience. It's really something to just see the people who have come from exactly where we are and have the same struggles that we do, and they have managed to build this huge business of thousands, if not tens of thousands of coaches, and be extremely successful with that. And they are just normal, regular people like us, and it's pretty cool to see that in person, and just to realize, like, I can do that. Like, any one of you can all do that with your business. So I was having trouble. I was going through my notes and I was trying to figure out what to talk about, and I didn't want to ramble too much, and I didn't want to go through everything because I could sit here for hours and talk about everything that I picked up at Summit. But I picked a speech from Melanie Mitro, and if you don't know who she is, I highly recommend looking her up on YouTube or on Facebook. You don't have to follow her if you don't want to, but just look her up. She has been #1 in Team Beachbody for 2 years in a row now. #1 coach out of 400,000. That's pretty fantastic. She's a mom. She has 2 young boys. She's kind of just like, if you look at her, she looks just like a normal person. She's not like crazy, super like fit, bikini model. Like, she's just a normal person. But she did this amazing speech at one of our general sessions, and so I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about what she talked about. So her speech was about determination and consistency. And she told this story about when she was a teenager, she wanted to be a cheerleader, and she didn't have any experience. She wasn't very sporty, but she decided that that's what she wanted to do. So she went and tried for the varsity cheerleading team, and they had a couple days of like the camp where they learned some of the moves and some of the things they would have to do to try out. And she said every single day after she would go to this camp, she would go home and she would practice and she would practice and she would practice, and she would just keep doing it over and over. She did that for 4 days. And the girls who had experience, who were like the shoo-ins of the group, they kind of just slacked off. And they would go out after the practices, and she would go home and she would practice and she would practice and she would practice. So long story short, tryout day comes, she makes it. Some of the other girls did not. And she said that the difference was that she wanted it more. She outworked competition because she was determined to get what she wanted, and she wanted it more than they did. I mean, it was just that simple. So she asked, do you want it more? Do you want it more than the top coach? Like, do you want to quit that job? Do you want to be at home? Do you want to stop doing a miserable commute or just being in a miserable place where you're unhappy? Do you want to pay your debt? I mean, do you want it more than what you have now? And that really hit me because we have busy lives, kids and pets and jobs and commutes and all kinds of stuff to do, but we let that hold us back when we should be allowing that to push us forward. Because if that's what we're saying we want out of, we're not helping ourselves if we allow those things to be an excuse. And she said, you know, you keep doing it and you keep doing it and you keep doing it and you practice. And how do we practice for this business? We get the training from Team Thrive Academy. We go through it all. You watch it twice if you have to. You go on YouTube. There are tons of top coaches on there with tons and tons of videos that you can watch on anything from inviting to confidence to doing graphics. They have a great one on how to do PicMonkey. They have one on how to do Canva. I mean, whatever it is that you're struggling with, you can find something about it and learn more. They have videos about how to do challenge groups. There's, we have the Team Thrive Academy, which is absolutely incredible, and we're extremely lucky that we have that. But there's also the coach training in your back office. So they break down all the steps for you of coach, emerald, diamond, and so on and so forth, and what you need to be doing in those specific ranks. Personal development, just building yourself, growing yourself. If you're not growing yourself, you're not going to grow your business. And and it almost sounds like, okay, we get it, personal development. But I will tell you, every single coach that spoke talked about personal development and how it changed their lives and their business. Because if you're in a mindset, we all get into the mindset of what we're taught. You go to school, you get a job, and you work until you're 70 years old, okay? That is what, yes, Becky's rolling her eyes. That's what we're taught to do, and it becomes ingrained in us. And so anything outside of that box, it just seems abnormal, and it's almost hard for us to imagine that we could possibly even do that. But that's why you got to change your mindset, and you got to realize I'm good enough for whatever I want. Like if I want something different, if I want something better, then I can do that. She also talked about doing things that others are unwilling to do. I know it was a quote from somebody, but basically that's what he said. He said, it's Dave Ramsey said it. If you want things that most others don't have, then you have to do things that most others won't do. And you do. And my struggle lately has been getting up early, and I've been allowing my pregnancy to be a huge excuse for me. And I said again, going to Summit and just being there live and feeling the vibe, you're like, okay, no more excuses. I got up, I was exhausted from our trip, completely exhausted, but I got up at 6 a.m. I was able to work for 3 hours because Ava slept until 9, and I focused. I had focus time, and I kept on task, and I did what I had to do, and I went over my to-do list, and I even did some stuff when we got home last night. You just have to and I know not everybody has 3 hours in the morning to work. I totally get that. When I work Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, I do not have 3 hours. I can guarantee. But you have to take the chunks of time that are available to you at this point and use them. Schedule out your time. Okay, I have a half an hour in the morning. So what are your biggest tasks? What are your frogs? There's a book called Eat That Frog. And it might be a good one to read. But basically, he talks about doing the things that you dislike the most. So I know for me, inviting is kind of a frog for me. Like, I struggle with that. So it's one of those things that I need to get out of the way first. Maybe it's your workout that you need to get out of the way first. Maybe it's, finding posts for challenge group or whatever your frog is, do that first. So whatever you think you can fit into that half an hour, maybe make a list of 3 things that you spend 10 minutes on. You set a timer on your phone. You go to town for 10 freaking minutes for each task, and then you're done. Okay? 30 minutes is over. You are done. All right. Now I have an hour after work. So what are you going to do for that hour? Maybe you didn't get all the invites done that you wanted. Okay, so spend another 10 minutes doing invites. Now I'm going to plan out some posts. I'm going to post on my like page. I'm going to plan out a post maybe for a challenge group. Whatever it is whatever it is that you're working towards. So if you're starting a challenge group, spend 15 minutes gathering recipes or gathering posts. I'll share with you guys, and I have been really overcomplicating things, and for some reason this hit me in the car yesterday, and I'm going to do a screen share here really quick. Screen share of my Evernote. So, can you guys see it? Yes? Yeah, okay. All right, so here's my pregnancy group. I got a lot of that done when I was in the car. It's amazing how much you get done when you're stuck in a car for 10 hours. Despite not having internet, I was able to at least write some stuff out though. So I made, this is Evernote. If you guys don't have Evernote, I highly recommend looking into it. You can get a free version. I have the paid version because I put a ton of stuff into it, obviously, and it's the free version. You're limited on how much you can put in each month. But it's like $50 a year. It's not even really that bad for the paid version. So I made this folder called Daily Fitness Posts. And what I'm going to do, instead of trying to sit there and like schedule them out without first planning, I decided to, hold on, I'm going to move you guys over here. So I'm going to do week by week. So this is post for 8/1 through 8/8. So day 1, video about my one-on-one support group. Okay, that's what I did this morning. A post-workout, a meal planning resource. And I'm not actually like looking up a whole ton of stuff and like trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to put at that moment, because I feel like I get stressed out if I do it that way. Like, oh, okay, what graphic am I going to put in this? I know what I want to post. It's right there. And when I'm ready to schedule it, I'll go on real quick and I'll find something. Because sometimes it takes me forever to do a week of posts if I haven't planned it out first. So keep it simple. I'm going to try and do a video every morning. Friday is a video about just who I was before and how once you hit your transformation, a lot of people haven't seen you where you were before. And so people think, well, she looks great. She's probably never struggled with anything. And so Friday I'm doing a video about when I used to binge eat and take diet pills and wrap myself in plastic wrap, and I hated who I was. And nobody sees that person. They just see who I am now. And I know there are a lot of people out there like that. So I'm doing a video about that. Saturday I'm doing a video about just believing in yourself. So that's what I did. And I was kind of off on a tangent, and I was trying not to be. But it can be made easier. It really can. You just have to figure out what works for you, and that's what works for me. I freaking love Evernote. It syncs to your phone. You have all of your stuff with you all the time. So if you're like, shoot, I forgot to post, or I need to look something up for somebody, I have it with me all the time, and I love it. Here's another point that she made that I was like, yes, freaking yes. She said, how many times have you maybe missed a goal, or maybe Success Club, or something that, you know, you kind of set for yourself, and you let it defeat you, and then it pushes you back a day, a week, a month, because you're like, well, I can't do it, so maybe I'm not gonna work today or tomorrow. Even one day. Hi, Maria. Okay, she must be on mute. So, just hold on, getting with me. Happens, yeah. And it does to everybody. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, there you are. Okay, I muted you. It's Maria. If you have questions, you can raise your hand or you can chat. But so yeah, and it's happened to me, and I'm sure it's happened to all of us. We set a goal for ourselves. I set a goal for Diamond like 600 times, I feel like. And then I would miss it, and I would allow that to defeat me. And I might not stop working, but I might just kind of not put the heart into it that I would have had I hit that goal. And you tend to do that. And it, even though you're like, well, I did what I had to do today, it's still, it changes something if you're not going after this every single day, like you're passionate about it. So it's almost like that saying, you pop all four, you have one flat tire and then you pop the other three. That's kind of what you're doing if you miss a goal and then you let it push you back. You got to just say, I missed my goal. Look back at what you did. Keep track of what you're doing. Use Teamsy. If you don't want Teamsy, that is 100% fine. There's a great tracker in the Thrive Academy. If you have not done the Thrive Academy, let's please talk. Everybody needs to go through it to the end. It's a lot of great information, and after you finish the Thrive Academy, there's a business builders group that you can do, and it's a kind of the next step to help you build your business. So if you want to get through the Thrive Academy, let me know, and I can kind of guide you through that. But there's a great tracker in the Thrive Academy. Go online, Google I have one, and it's actually posted in the team page, and it's just like an activity tracker. It's just like we have a business activity tracker, but this one's just a little bit prettier, I guess. So use Excel. However you want to track your activity, just make sure you're tracking it. So you can go back and see exactly what you did and maybe what you need to change. And if something you feel like, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm consistent every single day, maybe you need to just try and talk to more people. You talk to 5, try talking to 10. And I know you're like, are you freaking serious? Why not? Why not? Maybe you just need to go about your challenge groups a different way. I was talking to Joanna, telling her about Amy and I had chatted, and she's doing a one-on-one group where she's only accepting 3 to 4 women, or she's doing it now. She accepted like 4 women, and she has 2 Zoom chats with each woman. She has one at the beginning and one like midway. And then she texts each person every single morning to get them started on the day. She doesn't do a daily post in the group. She'll like post maybe like a video to say hi, to check in, and she'll post like her accountability, like she was a challenger. But they are responsible for pulling like information like recipes, and maybe like they'll go on Google and they'll find a meal plan, they'll post that. Because sometimes, and it's not for every group, I've had some great groups where people really utilize the tools that I was giving them and they stayed really active. But sometimes you have groups and people, you feed them information and that's all it is. You're just feeding them information and they're not doing anything back. So she said by making them responsible for that, they're really putting a lot of effort into it and they're seeing great results. So maybe you just need to do something different in the challenge group. Go on YouTube and watch some videos about challenge groups. Every single coach is different. So maybe you'll find a style that you like. Oh, this is a huge one too. Belief. You have to have belief. You have to believe, really believe 100% that you can hit your goal. So you can't be wishy-washy about it. You can't be like, well, I want to be diamond, or I want to be a 5-star diamond, or I want to hit elite one day, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. No, you have to say, that's what I want, and I can freaking do it. Like, I can do it, no matter what. Maybe you won't hit it by the time that you've set for yourself, but if you keep believing that you can do it and you keep working like you can do it, you will eventually hit it. And the bigger your goal is, you're going to have to adjust your daily activities to that goal. So if you want to hit Emerald, maybe just inviting 3 to 5 people a day is great. If you want to hit Diamond, or if you want to hit Success Club 10 instead of Success Club 5, maybe you have to invite 10 to 20 people a day. The law of averages is the more you want, the more you're going to have to do. But in the end, it works out, and it's amazing. I mean, Beachbody is a company like no other. You choose your amount of growth. There is no roof. There is no roof on. There's no limit to how far you can go. Why do I never remember her name? Jeez. But there was a coach that was on stage for a celebration. She just hit Superstar 4, and I talked about this on that live video I did. Freaking Superstar 4. That means she has 4 business centers that have 15 diamond coaches apiece. That's 60 personally sponsored diamond coaches. Now, last summer, she told her story. She grew up with 2 alcoholic parents. She took care of them and her siblings. She got pregnant young. Her significant other left her. She was a single mother. She struggled the last few years with infertility. She's finally pregnant, which was super exciting. But she's like other people. She has a story. She grew up. She didn't graduate high school. She struggled. She had a life of struggle, and she took this business and she said, I'm going to make something out of this. And she did. And now, I mean, she's obviously in the Millionaires Club, and she's freaking killing it. Do you know how much she got for hitting Superstar 4? I didn't even know this, but every time you hit Superstar Diamond, you get $25,000. So because she hit 2 Superstar business centers in the same year, she got $50,000 last year. Can you guys still hear me? Hold on. There we go. Okay. She got $50,000 last year just for hitting Superstar 2 times. That's not including her Star Diamond bonuses or her income. That's only what they gave her for hitting her 2 Superstars. I think the bonus for like Superstar Diamond was, the quarterly bonus was like $40,000. So that's 40,000 times 3, 50,000 plus whatever her team cycles are, plus whatever she's making in retail sales. Like, that's a lot. Okay. And it's possible. You guys can have that. I can have that. You know, we can have whatever we want. It's just, you got to freaking kill it. You got to work your ass off. And you got to have confidence. Like I was just saying, why not you? Why not me? We could all be on that stage someday. We could all be freaking making hundreds of thousands of dollars if that's what you want. Okay? I mean, if that's not what you want, then go for whatever level you feel comfortable at. Not everybody wants to be there. Some people just want to pay off some debt and, you know, get they did the Financial Freedom Award. Maybe that's what they want, and that is freaking awesome. But you need to figure out what it's going to take to get you where you want to go and start treating your business the way it would be treated if it was a business. The thing about this business is that it's easy to get into, but it's also easy to get out of. Now, if you were to go buy a gym or some other kind of business, you'd be spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You are freaking committed to that business at that point. And guess what? You're going to work your ass off because you invested a shit ton of money. And I hope there's not any kids in your room, Joanne. I'm sorry. But you're going to work hard because you invested $50,000, $100,000 in buying a business. Think of your business this way. Yes, you only invested, either $40 or the price of a challenge pack. So that's technically you invested nothing if you bought a challenge pack. So it makes it seem like something that you can just leave behind. Well, it wasn't a huge investment, so I'm not going to work that hard for it. And if I don't make it in 6 months or a year or a year and a half, then I can just quit. Imagine that you invested your life savings into this business and work it like that. If you just spent $50,000 on a business, I can guarantee you would be getting up and working your business, and you would be going after work and working your business, and you would be staying up late and working to build your business, doing your own marketing and whatever the crap you had to do to make that business work, because you want a return on your investment. That's one of the problems with what we do, is that it's too easy for us to make excuses because we didn't invest a lot into this. I mean, yeah, we buy our Shakeology every month. Even if you add that up for a year, it's like what, 1,500, or it's less than $2,000 a year to run a business. I mean, that's cheap. A regular business, okay, you got the initial cost, so your $50,000, $100,000, and then you got to pay for the building, so whatever your rent is, and you got to pay for the electricity and the heat and the people to help you, the staff. That's a lot of money. Okay, Joanna, you had a business. You know it takes a lot to run it, and it's expensive. We need to start treating this business like we're putting our freaking lives into it. Like our homes depend on it, because it does. You want a bigger house? Then it depends on doing this business. You want to quit your job? Then it depends on doing this business. You have a crappy car and you want to buy a new one, you want to pay off student loan debt, or whatever it is you want to do, it depends on how much heart and soul and passion you put into this business. And that's what you need to put out to the world. Like that's what I'm realizing after this summit, is that you just need to show people your passion. Like stop being afraid. And I do this too. Like I said in the video, I'm talking to myself too. You gotta stop being afraid to try and help people. If people get offended, that is their deal. But look at this team. We are like a smorgasbord of people from everywhere. I didn't know you guys before I reached out to you. And you could have easily said no, or blocked me, or whatever. I mean, anything could have happened, but you didn't. We talked, and guess what? Now you're on this team, and you have the opportunity to do the same thing. You have the opportunity to build a team, and the opportunity to change lives. And not only build a team, but I mean, if you were to see the Beachbody Challenge winners in person, like seriously, it gives me chills. Like, and I'm probably gonna cry. These people, they were dying, literally and figuratively. Like the winners were literally dying. They had health conditions, diabetes and high blood pressure. They couldn't play with their kids. They couldn't do the things they wanted to do because they were too heavy. They didn't feel good about themselves. They couldn't fit their clothes. They were in a cycle of self-hate and just eating themselves to death. And they needed somebody to reach out to them. And it was because a coach had the courage to say, look, I know what you're going through, and I can help you. And to just be with them all the way. Now, not only have they lost 300 pounds together, two people. So I think one of them lost 160. That was the woman. And I can't remember how much the guy lost. It was a lot. It might have been like 200 pounds. So over 300 pounds together. Now they have $100,000 plus the money they got from winning the quarterly prize. So it ends up being over $100,000. And the other ones who didn't win, they still got $25,000. And then there was a health transformation prize who got $25,000. But even aside from the money, their lives were completely changed. That's the kind of passion. You need to look at every single challenger that you have as the next Beachbody Challenge winner, as somebody that you can save, that you can not just get into a bikini or a new pair of shorts, but you can save their lives. Like that's how you need to start looking at people. And I have a girl, she messaged me yesterday, and she said she was tired and she had been on this, path of just eating, and she was feeling terrible about herself, and she's in our group, but she's just kind of been falling backwards. And I just told her, like, use your story. I said, I know where you are because I was there, and I was telling her about how nobody saw me before when I was binge eating and doing all those things. And I just related to her, and I just poured my heart out to her. And she literally texted me or messaged me like 10 minutes later and said, okay, I got my challenge back, I'm in. Now, it's not going to happen that way every time, but people just want to feel your passion. If you have to, send them a voice message on Facebook. I've been doing that quite a bit too. Like, if they can hear you and hear the passion and the love that you have in your voice, they're going to be like, they really do actually want to help me. You just got to believe. You got to believe that you can, and you got to have the confidence to go out and say, hey, I've been there. I'm going through it. And you need to do this. So take control and don't settle. Don't settle for less than you want, for less than you're worth. You guys are worth $1 million freaking dollars plus, okay? Don't settle for less. Let me see. Do I have anything else? Oh, and I think I pretty much talked about this already. Be willing to change and adapt. So things changed. Things change. We have Beachbody On Demand. We have a lot of different stuff. Things change. People change. Times change. Be willing to adapt to that. Things aren't always going to be the same in this business. And you kind of have to roll with the flow, roll with the punches, and figure it out. And that's another one where tools are going to help you, like the Coach Online Office and YouTube and et cetera, et cetera. Last but not least, you guys are not average, okay? Average people settle for what they have and never strive for anything more because that's what they believe is all they can have, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do that for the rest of your life, if you want to work that job, that's fine. Like, totally go for it. But Autumn Calabrese was saying, the people in this company, we're not normal people. Nobody enjoys working out as much as people in this company do, okay? We're just not normal people, and that goes for our businesses too. Like, we're not average. We want more. We want more for ourselves and for our families, and we want more for this world. 70% of people in this country are projected to be obese by 2017. 70%. That's 7 out of every 10 people you will meet are obese or overweight. How crazy is that? And it's sad. And it's not because, I mean, people think, oh, well, you think I need to lose weight or you're a fat shamer. No, it's not about that. It's about just being healthy and preventable diseases like diabetes and heart disease and high cholesterol, strokes. I mean, no, are they always 100% preventable? Not always, but many, 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 many times more than not, they are completely preventable, and people are killing themselves. They don't know they're doing it. They're not trying to do it, but they are. And we have a solution. We're not just going to sell them. Anybody can go to the freaking video store or Dick's or whatever and buy a video and try to do it on their own. But how many people quit in a week, in a couple days? Sorry. A lot. I did 100 bazillion bagillion times. And when I finally committed, no, I didn't have a coach. But I was just sick and tired of being where I was. And I finally decided that I was done and that I was going to do what I needed to do. Some people don't reach that point, okay? They get so frustrated with themselves that they think that's just it for them. But it's not, and we know that. And we have what they need. We have the workouts, we have the nutrition, and most of all, we have ourselves. You are selling you. Point blank. They can go anywhere and buy Beachbody products. They can go on beachbody.com. They can call an infomercial. They can find probably their next door neighbor who's, they're a coach, but they're not actively coaching. They're just gonna, sure, I'll sell you a challenge pack. They could find anybody, but it's you, it's your story, and it's what you have to offer them that make us different. So that is my spiel. I will unmute you guys if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Unmute. Okay, you're unmuted. Anything to add? Anything? Questions? Comments? No. Do you believe it, though? Do you believe that you have what it takes?
Yes.
Joanna?
I do.
Yes.
I want to hear it, girl.
I do.
And it's hard and it sucks sometimes. I know. And sometimes it feels like it takes forever. But you know what? It's just like I was saying, starting a business. Like you start a brand new business, not a franchise, not something that people know already, a brand spanking new business. It's going to take you a while to get traction. You might not even make a profit for the first 5 years, if not longer than that. You need to start looking at it like that. And it's
I have been. I tried selling Clever Container 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Started in March, ended by June. So I'm not giving this one up.
And that's the thing that's different. It's like you can sell somebody like smelly good stuff or makeup, but this is just when it's changed your life. We've all experienced that. We've all experienced how it feels to be like, holy crap, I actually did that. Like it just puts a whole new spin on it. And
it makes family so frustrating.
Yeah. I agree. And luckily I do have a few. And I'm extremely blessed, and I have very supportive family, and they've never criticized me for what I do, but a lot of them just aren't interested in doing what I do. I have one of my cousins who did it, and she's actually going to be signing back up here pretty soon. But they're just not interested in doing what I do. The workout thing, that workout thing is for you. Have you ever heard, well, that's for you. Mm-hmm. And it sucks sometimes, but you have to help the people that want help and just start there. And there are people out there. There are lots of people that need you. Just pour your heart out. That's the biggest thing. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's me. Like, and it'll happen. You just got to keep that consistency. Find those nuggets, those little nuggets of time where you can work and just do those, you only have half an hour. Do the most important activities you have to do. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. A lot of coaches, Janelle Summers, she's a Superstar 3 diamond coach. And she started out working a full-time job and doing this business. For 2 years, she worked a full-time job and built her business. And I think she said she just quit. I think she's been in 4 years. So she just quit her job 2 years ago. So the first 2 years, she worked full-time and built her business. It is possible. We just got to kind of think out of the box sometimes. So thank you guys for getting on. You're awesome. And I am going to stop recording. And I hope everybody has a good night or a good day or whenever you're watching this.